from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we are looking at a range of free beers from the Grain Brewery in Norfolk. Big thanks to the guys at Grain Brewery and Turtle PR for sending over these bottles for me to have a look at. The first beer that I'm going to look at is, I love the branding, I don't know if you can see it, there you go. Really nice modern branding, and it's a bottle of Blonde Ash, a Belgian style cloudy wit beer with fruity aromas, it says. 4%, so around that kind of traditional mark for a wit beer. I've had quite a few wit beers recently, it appears. So, I'll see what this one's like. Doesn't look that cloudy being poured out. Not that, don't look that cloudy in the bottle really. I mean, I do try to take care to handle the bottles with the respect they deserve. So, beer in the glass, certainly not cloudy. It looks more like, I mean, I guess some wits do are not as cloudy as others, but yes, quite a nice, clear looking yellow beer. Not much of a head, slightly soapy head. See if we can whip anything more up and throw a load of beer all over the floor. Not in my hand. But yeah, I can get a bit of a head on that. Quite brief, big bubbles, white, soapy looking. Anyway, let's have a sniff. Ah, that smells lovely. It's got a very authentic wit beer quality. Yeah. Oh yes, certainly get those fruity esters. Apricots. Yeah, certainly like apricot. Slightly flowery, like honeysuckle maybe. Yeah, there's soft honey. Certainly honey. Maybe mild elderflower. Gooseberry. It smells nice, as I said, it smells like a wit. It does have that slightly clovey banana backbone to it as well. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers. Initial thoughts, quite wheaty, slightly lagery. There is a hint of lemon rind. A small kind of touch of grapefruit and fresh ginger. Right, so I've been just uploading some stuff to YouTube, sitting back, sipping on this bottle of Grain Brewery's Blonde Ash. It says it's a cloudy wit beer. I guess my thoughts, it's okay. It's nothing remarkable. One thing that I think lets it down is isn't enough of the kind of Belgian wit yeast character. For me, the thing that really signifies the quality of a proper wit beer would be that those yeasty esters, those kind of banana and clove flavours, a bit of lemon, stuff like that, and a bit more body as well. It's a little bit thin, just a bit too slick and oily actually for me. The flavour's okay. I think there is, it gets a bit claggy. There's a lot of wheat in it, but I don't think that wheat's adding to the body. It's just changing the mouthfeel. It has brought a lot of flavour along as the wheat. I don't know if they use torrefied wheat or wheat malt or what for this. And I don't really care for that flavour all that much. There is a little bit of bitterness at the back end, not a load. There's a bit of flavour at the back end what I'm not that keen of, slightly hum. If you make popcorn at home where you pop kernels, there's a little bit of that. It's not diacetyl, but there's just a bit. It's just one of those kind of wheaty corn kind of flavours. But all in all, not enough traditional Belgian wit beer characteristics. I'm going to sip on this for the rest. I mean, we're watching Wimbledon at the moment. I'm going to sip on this. Might give it a bit of agitation and see if I can get some of that yeast into suspension. See what it's like. It's okay. I wouldn't rush out to buy it, but if I saw it on draft, I wouldn't be unhappy if somebody bought me a half of it. So that is first beer from the Grain Brewery in Norfolk. That is their Blonde Ash Belgian wit beer, 4% ABV. I'll see you in a minute for Redwood. Cheers. Hi, so we're back with the second beer from the Grain Brewery in Norfolk. This time it is a bottle of Redwood. They say on the bottle it's a smooth red ale full of grapefruit hoppiness. It's 4.8% ABV. There's a really interesting story behind this beer. They kind of have tweaked it and changed it based on a lot of audience feedback, what they've gained from social media, from Twitter and from Facebook and things like that, which I think is a wonderful thing to do for a brewery. Listening to your customer. There's nothing worse than a brewery thinking they've got it cracked and it's not up to scratch. I mean, I had a really nice time at the Ilkley Brewery yesterday with Chris, the head brewer and one of the owners, and he said, I mean, it seemed like he's one of his own biggest critics, and you always think that it should be better, and the next batch should be even better than the current batch. Despite that, other people might be stroking your ego and saying you're brilliant. You should always be striving for better and better. So I think it's a really positive approach that they took, did Grain, to take on audience feedback. The beer in the glass, yes, kind of, I won't say red, more of a pale copper come amber. Once again, not much of a head, soapy looking. Yeah, brief, big bubbly head. Anyway, let's have a sniff. Smells nice. As I did the last one, as I did the Blonde Ash. I kind of warmed to it. I shared it with my wife. She really enjoyed it. So yeah, getting nutmeg, cayenne pepper, maybe black grapes. I'm not getting loads of grapefruit though. Let's see if I can get a bit of a swirl. Maybe a bit of nectarine. There's a more of a toffee malt. But no, I'm not getting much in the way of grapefruit on this. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers. There is a nice bitterness. I'd say it's more of a pithy lemon rind. There's a grapefruit flesh. But yeah, not bad. It's got a bit of more of a amber malt character to the flavour anyway. Yeah, maybe a bit of rye bread, something like that. Not bad, not bad. I'm going to sip on this and get back to you with some more thoughts. So I've been sipping on this glass of Redwood from the Grain Brewery. As it says on the bottle, it's a smooth red ale full of grapefruit hoppiness. I guess that makes me think I'm expecting like a relatively hoppy red ale. And for me, it makes a decent, I'm sure it's a nice cask ale. I think it needs more hop. I think it needs more hop flavour. I think it needs a load more kind of dry hop quality. Maybe a bit more bitterness. There is some bitterness at the back end. Kind of like a lingering, slightly spicy kind of orange peel, like a dried orange peel, slightly kind of Christmas orange peel-y typey thing. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's really easy drinking. It does remind me of a Shepherd Neame beer, and one in particular, and that's Bishop's Finger. It's just got a similarity to the flavour. There's like a mild apple skin, hint of licorice at the back end. It's fine. It's if it were on cask, once again, I think it would perform a bit better on cask. I think the bottle lacks a bit of condition. It needs a bit more carbonation for my liking. But yeah, just a bit more of everything, just a bit more poke. That's what it needs, but just a bit more life to it. But it's okay. I'm sure. Once again, I'm sure it's a decent cask ale, slightly underperforming in my book. So as I said, look, there's not much left, but it's just not setting my world on fire. For me, I think red ales suit a bit more kind of assertive hop bite, and especially a bit more big kind of American hop. Maybe something like Centennial, I think would really lift it. Or Simcoe as well. Simcoe goes beautifully with like a nice aromatic kind of crystal or amber malt. So that's a bottle of Redwood. 4.8% ABV from the Grain Brewery in Norfolk. Decent, if not really living up to expectation. So that's 2 down. We'll be back shortly for the IPA and the final beer of this little series. So cheers. Thanks for joining me for this third beer from the Grain Brewery in Norfolk. It is their India Pale Ale. 6.5% ABV. It says a strong golden pale ale with crisp and refreshing citrus hops. There's no details of what hops are used, but let's see what it's like. 6.5, you're thinking it's up there with a kind of more modern style. Doesn't kind of like mention that, but it kind of makes you think that's what I'm expecting. We'll pour it a bit more aggressively because the other two are a little bit undercarbonated for my liking. Same goes for this, I think. There's not much life in it. Nice head though. I mean, nice foamy head. The beer in the glass. A nice darkish gold. Sort of a sniff. It's definitely English style. It's got the earthy notes, lemon, biscuity malt. It's interesting that you're getting a beer at 6.5, which is along these lines. It's just got that kind of aroma profile anyway. Let's have a taste. So cheers. Well, that's not bad. Maybe not my taste, but as far as an English IPA goes, that's really quite nice. There's a load of body to it. I'm interested what's in this. Maybe Challenger, Target, North Down, First Gold maybe. Yeah, straight away a load of body. I mean, for me, American IPA has gone in the kind of more American direction, but this is a very faithful British IPA. Initial flavours, yeah, lemon peel, kind of get me a bit more perfume towards back end. Bit of grapefruit, slightly maybe bay leaves. Slightly coppery. Anyway, so I'm going to sip on this for a bit longer and I'll get back to you with my final thoughts. So I'm back. I've been sipping on this glass of India Pale Ale from the Grain Brewery in Norfolk. It's not bad actually. Yeah, the taste is getting kind of custard cream biscuits, a lot of lemon peel. There is quite a lasting, astringent bitterness. Lime, like a bit of lime juice, I'd say, but definitely a big backbone of malt, which has got a sweetness to it, which complements that quite a big bitterness. It's definitely from that traditional British style. It reminds me of drinking beers from the likes of Shepherd Name. Definitely, there's a specific character which you get from English hops that I guess I don't drink very often, and that's why it's not driving me wild, but I completely appreciate it. Wish I knew which hops were in it, because that'd be really interesting, because it's got a lot of them in it. So It's not bad at all. That, as I said, maybe not my taste, but a very solid and probably a bit more. Excuse me, a bit more brave an traditional IPA than a lot what are on the market by bigger breweries. So yeah, so that's the India Pale Ale from Grain Brewery in Norfolk. Nicely done. Once again, big thanks to the people at Grain and the people at TLPR for sending me these beers to have a look at. I wish I could have joined you down at your beer festival. Obviously, I'm in West Yorkshire. You're down in Norfolk. It's a long way away. So I'm glad I got a chance to drink these beers, which are primarily available locally. A friend of mine, Stuart Pickard, who also does the ginger ale trail. Is it? Right. Anyway, Stuart, if you've seen him, you'll never forget him. But he's drunk their beers on draft, and he says they're absolutely amazing. So one day I might get the opportunity to try them myself. So big thanks to everybody for watching this video. Check them out. There might be more up your street than they are up mine. I can appreciate what they are, even if they aren't drove me wild. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. I'll see you next time. Cheers.